Jag Cast, everybody. Sorry for the delays about our episodes and any hiccups throughout the show. I am Cesar Caperon, and this is my co-host, Hermonie.
I'm Hermonie Jade.Delatorre, and today we have a very special guest, Marvin Kahn. He's actually one of the football players. Marvin, introduce yourself a little bit.
My name is Marvin. I'm number 24. Playing for South. I'm a whiteout.
Any nicknames on the team?
24 Savage.
Some nice, some slight.
Seems like.
Well, I have to ask you, Marvin, today's interview is really about you and the team.
Football.
And the football team. How do you work yourself around with the time that you have throughout the day? Remember, you only have 24 hours throughout the day to complete everything that you have to do in a certain period of time. How do you manage your time to do everything and still have practice for 2 hours and a half?
You gotta complete anything. You gotta have good time management skills. When you're in class, you can't get distracted. Shit.
Well, would you say focus is something big for you throughout the day?
Yeah, I believe.
On and off the field?
Yeah, I believe focus is main thing on and off the field, because if you're not focused, then you won't be very successful in life.
Well, how about having thick skin? Does thick skin mean anything to you, even when playing football or not playing football, even at work, throughout a relationship, right? You're in a relationship?
Yes.
So having thick skin, is that something, that you have to maintain also? So staying focused is part of, having thick skin, you get me?
Yeah.
Do you think that is something important to have?
I think it's something important to have, because you can't let just anything get under your skin. And there's stuff that comes up like essays, homework, classwork, and you might be falling behind. And thick skin, you gotta not break,
Fold under pressure.
Yeah.
Would you consider the football team your family or just people you play with?
I think of them as my family. I'll die for them. I play hard every game, and they're my brothers.
Do you do anything outside of football? Any extra activities?
I work on my truck, but that's about it.
Well, I know it's week 3, right? Week 4 now.
Yeah.
That we're going into. How do you feel about the season? Well, hold up. Before I ask that, what position do you play again?
I play wide receiver.
And is a wide receiver just something you wanted to play because you've seen somebody on TV that played that position, or is that something you have learned to adapt to on the field?
I think it's something I just learned to adapt to, because when I started my sophomore year with the Carters, I didn't know how to play receiver that much, and I was usually playing just defense on safety. So it's something new, like learning routes, how to run it, and everything.
So you're a senior now, right?
Yes.
So this is your last year playing football, and how does that make you feel?
I mean, it's kind of sad, because after this, I'm not going to be playing high school football. I might not see everybody that I'm seeing right now, and I miss them.
Yeah, you're right. Well, D1, D2, D3, however you want to put it. Football is still something that you will have those moments where you lose a game by a point.
Yeah.
Well, where you'll cry after a game because you put everything out there and you feel like you're just not, you don't feel complete afterwards. But it's happened to me plenty of times. I've heard you work, not through the season, but after the season. I'm not sure if you worked through the season, but I had a routine also, during the summer, wake up at 4, work until 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I would go to practice, and then Passion League sometimes. I wouldn't make it home until 10 o'clock, and still, same routine every day. And eventually I got tired of it, but the way I look at it is, if I give everything I have now, it's going to pay off. And I hope you feel like that.
Yeah.
You still have other things to do. You were just telling me before, when you walked in, before we started all this, you want to get a new truck. That takes a long time, I guess the same thing with me. I want to get a car. It takes a long time, but we have other things. We're gonna put everything into it so it could just pay off.
Yeah.
If you if you weren't playing football, what would you be doing?
I'll probably be working. I don't know.
No, any other sports interest you?
Sports. Soccer, maybe track.
Well, how do you feel about the Carters? Like, is there one that you care about more than the other? Like, don't be afraid, you know, like.
I think they're both pretty cool, but Coach Marcus, I think he loves the game, and you can tell when he speaks about it. Yeah. And both of them, he just loves the game.
Well, I know this ain't just about the coaches or anything, but how do you feel about yourself playing at the next level?
I think I can go to the next level. You know, it takes a lot of work and dedication and like sacrifice too. Like Coach Marcus always says, you got to sacrifice something to get somewhere good. And yeah, I think I'll be able to play at the next level.
So when you say dedication, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, you know, you do the bare minimum, 10 being you're there all the time, making sure that you're eating right, doing everything you need to do, where would you say you are?
Right now at the moment?
Yes.
Probably like a 8, because you know, I practice every day, everything I haven't missed a day. You know, I feel like I could do more, like after practice, stay in condition or something. Yeah. But you know, that's something I probably have to get used to in the summer, at the next level.
Well, let's get caught on to the season. How do you? What do your stats look like right now? Do you think any colleges will look at you serious for your stats, or are your highlight reel, is it something good? But we haven't seen it yet, and probably after this you can show us. But how do you feel about your highlight reel or your stats?
You know, I think my highlight reel is pretty decent, or my stats. I think they're decent, but you know, it's not always about stats. Like, you know, recruiters, they're always looking at teams that are playing against like big teams. Teams versus big teams, and like they like those kind of games. And like when they're watching the game film, like the whole thing, like they evaluate every player.
And have you spoken to any recruiter? Have you attended any camps throughout the summer, throughout the school year? How has that gone for you?
I've spoken to two or three college recruiters. One of them interested to offer me, but ACT score was a problem, so I'm retaking it again next week. And you know, I've attended two or three camps during the summer, the NAU camp and an ASU camp.
Are those the same colleges that offered you?
No.
What were the 3 colleges offered?
What was the NAU, the coach from there, and then I think it was Minnow, something like that, and then Clark University.
Okay. And you know, that would probably bring excitement to you because you're speaking to somebody from the next level, and that's what you want to do, right? And well, you know, I'm your teammate, and I seen last week or 2 weeks ago we played North Canyon, and Roosevelt Perez, our quarterback, he was under pressure and he just ended up throwing the ball, and he floated it to you. How did you feel when you caught the ball over the corner? It was a horrible ball.
Yeah.
And did you guys go switch? What did you guys go on that play?
Yeah, we ran a switch. It was Devontae and me, and then we switched, and then the corner was B, and I seen the ball. I was looking up, you know, and then I was like, "Damn, Russ!" It was floating, it was wobbling, it was like a duck falling out the sky, and so I just had to get in my best position to catch the ball.
Did you catch the ball?
Yeah.
He scored a touchdown on that play.
Oh wow!
We'll add a little clip in here. And how's your relationship? You know, like how do you manage that? Do you just deal with that throughout the school day or after school?
Is your girlfriend also a senior?
Yeah, she's a senior, and my relationship, you know, I have 2 classes with her. I see her throughout the day, and once I'm done with football practice, I go to her house for a walk, like an hour or 2. Then I go home, like when I'm at her house, we do like homework and stuff.
Yeah.
And I go home, eat, shower, chill. Watch
How long
this.
have you guys been together?
4 years and 8 months.
That's a long time. Is she okay with how you spend your time, you know, mostly doing work or football or school? Is she understanding, or is she more like a nag, like that you don't give her your full attention?
I mean, she used to be nag, but now she's more understanding, you know? She kind of doesn't like that I work weekends, because, like, I don't even have time for me sometimes, but, you know, it's neat.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets at home? You know,
Do I have what?
any
Pets.
pets?
Pets? Yeah, I have a little bully, you know, fat.
Yeah.
Her name's Chapita.
How about, you know, like, what has interest you to play the game of football?
You know, I feel like just like when I started my freshman year, I don't know, I felt good playing it, and like I had friends and everything, and so I continued to play the game, and when I hit the Carters, you know, it felt good. Like he brought me in, it was like a family and everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question, and then we're gonna go into something that we call all facts, no feelings, which is like a quick
Let me put the timer on for us.
a
right
quick
here.
round of questions just to see how many you can answer. They're probably not gonna be football related, but they will be football related. They might be like, you know, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream or something like that. So this one that I have here is there are a lot of people, young and old, going to watch this show. So what advice would you have to younger and even older people just about football or about life? Since you're graduating, what advice would you have to everybody below you or younger?
It's just any show. You know, I feel like the older people should explain to the younger people what's happening, because the young people might not understand what's going on, and like the older people should be role models to like the young kids and everything.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Like do you
Like such as in football, like, you know, the freshmen, they look up to the varsity, and whatever the varsity team's doing, like they're gonna do the same thing.
oh, okay. Like mirroring, copycatting.
Yeah, so he's basically saying the varsity team puts the prime example for them. So if Marvin gets in trouble throughout the day,
One of the freshmen.
one of the freshmen
Will
might
think
get in
that's
trouble,
okay, yeah.
and they'll think that's okay, speaking back to a coach, doing all that type of stuff. So let's go into the next segment.
The all facts, no feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hold up, I'm about to start.
it's gonna be 60 seconds. We're
to
gonna
answer as many questions as
as
possible.
you can. Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Did you brush your teeth this morning?
Yes.
Did you flush the toilet this morning?
Yes.
Did you take a shower?
Yes.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Cookies and cream.
Is Mark or Marcus your favorite coach? Which one's your favorite coach?
Probably Marcus.
Who's your favorite teammate to
Yeah.
play with?
I don't have any. Money, Devontae.
Okay. Are you a selfish player on the team?
You know, I feel like I can be, but I bring myself back to reality. It's not all about me.
Do you ball hawk?
Yeah.
What's your favorite drink?
Drink Sprite.
What's your favorite fast food restaurant?
McDonald's.
What's your favorite college football team or college
USC.
USC? How about
NFL team,
Seahawks.
NBA team,
I don't got one.
hockey,
Nah.
tennis player.
Nah.
What
All
do you
right,
watch boxing?
And we are done with 60 seconds.
We finished?
Yes. Okay.
That was.
You brush your teeth this morning.
We hope you did.
Well, thank you for tuning in today, and
Like we said earlier, we apologize for anything.
any hiccups.
If it may not seem all together yet, this is our first official
Episode.
interview. So thank you.
And this might not be the first time you see us or Mr. Cotton on the show. You have a good day. Thank you.
Cotton.